Welcome to Intuitive Wisdom Tarot. My name is Jennifer. I'm going to be pulling some cards for air signs. Go ahead and move those over here. If this reading resonates, hit like, subscribe, and drop your element or sign in the comments. It helps the channel, which I so appreciate, and it helps me know whose energy I'm reading with. We're going to start with an oracle card from Wisdom of the Oracle. So let's see what we're getting for this next week, January 19th through the 25th. Let's see. All right, we are getting flexible. I always think of Circus Olay when I see this card. This next week, there is a big energy of you needing to be flexible, flow, go with the wind, really balance, acrobat. Maybe some of you are actually an acrobat yourself, maybe some stretching, but there's a big message of just being flexible. We're going to go ahead and read the essential meanings from the guidebook. Flexible, teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. Your oracle message is: a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Yeah, so there's a lot of airy energy coming through. Again, just flexible in the mind, open-mindedness, being teachable, which is something you all are very good at, very innovative. We're also going to read the protection message for the week. When you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there is only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. So, there could possibly be a conflict where you are really having a difficult time because maybe someone's not seeing the same as you, or maybe you're not seeing the same as them. And there's some open-mindedness. There's a energy of some of you being stuck in just your own rigidity, your own thoughts. Open up a little bit. It doesn't necessarily mean, especially when it comes to I have to now believe that. Coming to compromises are just helping so that one, you both can, if it's a both or a group, you can both relax. It doesn't mean you have to believe in that too. So there's a big message coming through that some open-mindedness and some just compromising may be needed this next week, which again is flexible as well. All right, we're going to jump into tarot. Let's see what we are getting for air signs for the week of January 19th through the 25th. All right. Okay, first card is the Four of Cups. This is in the position of how you're entering this week. Next card is what you're manifesting, what you're pulling in. Next card is how and what will help you pull that in. And then our last card is the advice from Spirit. So there is some real big things that you want to shift and change. You are really, again, calling in this new beginning, which it's coming in. However, because of maybe some of the other experiences, you're kind of over it. And so there's a big question or a big ask of you, and that is through the Hanged Man. This is what's on the bottom of the deck. This is what's underneath it all. And there is a real big message coming through that you're suffering, you're squiggling, you're like squirming, you're on this tree, you're hung up by your ankle, you're not going anywhere. But some of you are resisting this. Spirit has come in and divinely hung you from this tree so that you can gain some perspective. So maybe you can open your mind a little more. You can think. There's a big energy coming through that some of you are being very rigid on. This is the way it's supposed to be. Which, when again we have a structure that is so rigid, when a storm does come about, it will break it instead of just flowing with it. And so underneath it all, there is a chance for you to shift perspective, a chance for you to enlighten, to grow your knowledge, to slow down, to tap in, to really one, maybe not so necessarily be in your head. As air signs, you are the thinkers. You're the big thinkers, innovators. But Spirit has flipped you upside down so that, again, you are still utilizing your mind, okay? But there is a shift. There's a shift which could very well make it a little more open. So a little more open-mindedness, but there's a divine pause that's happening, and it feels real good. It's a good thing. Now, you are coming into this next week with the Four of Cups. There are several of you out there that are in a energy of boredom. I'm just bored of this. This is something that has been over and over and over again. It's the same thing. And again, you are airy, you're fast, you are movers. And like when we think about a big gust of wind, this makes your thoughts move fast. And it could very well be that these situations that have happened before, it's been the same old, and it's getting old. And maybe you have tried, because you are innovators, maybe you have tried different steps, but the same result has been this boredom or this, I thought this would be it, but you still within your heart are like, man, I'm just over it. And there's an apathy that has been, that has developed because of that. However, Spirit is really saying, like, this next week, there is going to be some opportunities coming in. It is important to shift that perspective, okay? Don't just think about, oh, well, this has always happened. Every single time I've done this, this is what's happened. Because this is new, it's fresh, it's something else that's coming through. And Spirit really wants you to view it in a different light. In fact, there are lots of things that you have learned and you have gained, and Spirit wants you to use those as you're moving in with this brand new opportunity. But there is a level of needing to release this next week and get clear on what you really want to move forward with. That's because you're manifesting an opportunity where you can share gifts. You can again get back some of this feeling like I've served, and that could very well be you are manifesting an experience that's coming in where you can be of service to others. But there is an energy of who do you or what do you invest in? So there could very well be a choice. You're manifesting some pentacles, some maybe money. Maybe there is a new venture that you are wanting to get started, a new business. And so you have invested. And so you're wanting to get that dividend. You're wanting to get that back. So when we think about the Six of Pentacles, again, it's all about reciprocity. So that give and take. And this very well could be you have given. Now it is time for you to receive that which you have. And that could very well be the opportunity. It's time for you to receive that opportunity. So you have shifted perspective. You have been this visionary. You have mentally have those pictures. But again, there's a real big message of think about your energy. Where is your energy? Are you vibing high or are you vibing low? Because you are manifesting right now. And when you're vibing high, the universe reads that and goes, I'm going to send some more vibing high energies and experiences back. But if you're vibing low, which it looks like there are some of you that are vibing in this apathy and boredom, the universe is going to respond to that and go, I'm going to send some more back to that. So you are manifesting. You're pulling in an experience where, one, you can share your gifts. You can figure out what you're going to invest in. You can collect on your dividends. However, make sure you check your energy, because that opportunity is going to be aligned with that energy that you are sending out there. Now, what's going to help you as you pull this in is, again, clearing that heart space, getting curious. Messages are going to be coming through. This is a messenger when we think about pages, this Page of Cups. These are messages that are going to help shift that energy. In fact, we have a card here, or a cup here. Universe has given it to you. You have the cup in your hand, okay? What you do with this cup is what's going to really go along with the cup. That is going to be advice. So a big message is really get curious, start nourishing that cup, start using creativity. This is all about young energy, and there could very well be a young person that's coming in to help you along this. When you think about, again, open-mindedness, I'm getting a message between like one age group to another. For example, my boys, the way, like what they go through, they're in just a different time. And I never thought I would actually say, oh my gosh, like our parents grew up in such a different age. And then growing up, I was like, oh, I wouldn't want to be like that. And so I always thought they were very close-minded too, based on that, but they were the innovators of their generation. There's a whole kind of energy that's coming along with that. There are some young perspectives or some different younger thought that may open your mind. Okay, that rigidity, being open-mindedness with ideas that might be coming through. Again, they might be, hey, let's try this, but you could be like, no, that's not going to work. That's where Spirit's asking you to be open-minded when it comes to some of those ideas or creations or things coming through. And again, this very well could come from a younger person. And or it could very well be you need to embody that younger mindset. You need to embody those new, fresh energies. Maybe it's time for a whole wardrobe overhaul. Maybe that's something that needs to come through. Maybe you need to start sprucing up your hair or anything like that. So there's a message coming in of creativity, and it's just in a different way, but it again is teetering on just this youthful ideas, youthful mindset, youthful energy, and playfulness. Go out and collaborate, have dates, be with the people that are playful. Go play video games or volleyball, or the things that you used to love doing when you were younger. Now this is also going to help really get you out of this boredom, and that is really what Spirit is saying. Start doing some of the things that you used to do when you were younger. Maybe you have kids and your kids are playing Minecraft. Go ask them, how do you play this? And if it's something that you haven't been interested in, get interested in it. It might help to shift that that being over it type of energy, so that when you are calling in and you are manifesting and you are bringing in this opportunity, then you are aligned with an energy that's going to be prosperous as well. Now, advice from Spirit is really saying, I am handing you a brand new cup in several ways. What you do with that cup is what you matters to you and what's important. However, if you continue to do the same things that you did, you're going to get the same results. That's gotten you into this Four of Cups energy. If you, again, become flexible, shift some perspectives, maybe try something new, get a little playful, use your senses, maybe go do something that is not something that you've ever done before, and people would go, "Whoa, that's not like them," but it's something fun and innovative. Start thriving and start doing things that make you feel energized, instead of this, well, this is just the way it's always going to be. Spirit is giving you a brand new opportunity. And it's going to be overflowing. There's lots of just emotions and tapping in. That's again a big energy here. Don't just only think logically. Start asking your heart too, is this what I really want? Maybe get in some creativity. Maybe you haven't been a painter and you're an accountant and you have the opportunity to go finger paint on a canvas, go do it and see what comes up about, because that helps to shift and make new neural pathways to being able to solve the problems that may be around. So go and do some opposite. Maybe you are an athlete. However, you are really wanting to know how to bake the best chocolate chip cookies. Spirit is saying that's what you need to start doing. Start to build different pathways that are connecting your mind and your heart. And start nourishing that heart. Start nourishing those things that are inside that are wanting to come out. That's a big message. They want to come out, and that's something that you have denied for whatever reason. But Spirit's saying it's now time to act upon those heart-based urges and have fun. Have fun. Have lots of fun next week. All right, air signs, that's your read for the week of January 19th through the 25th. Please like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. Until we meet again, with love and appreciation, be well. Bye.